Hey, welcome to Waking Up to Win.
I'm Annie.
And I'm Chad.
And this is your space for real estate motivation, mindset, and the kind of coaching that pushes you from stuck to a top producer.
We are all about helping agents work on their business, not just run ragged in it.
And we believe there is more than enough room at the top for everyone to win.
Let's dive in. Hi, Annie.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great.
I'm cold.
I'm alive.
It's cold in here today.
Were you worried about me being here today?
I wasn't worried about you being here today. I was worried about you walking today. I'm not going to lie. I mean, no offense, but almost 60-year-olds don't fall in an asphalt parking lot and bounce back up from that very easily.
I do have a new accessory today.
I'm going to be in the market soon for a new business partner. This one's getting a little weak on her feet. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know that I don't know that I've ever fallen outside
for no reason.
Walking. I don't even know what I tripped over.
Had to be your pants. You had some longer pants on yesterday.
They
and flowy, like longer flowy pants.
I kept telling everybody the story like I knew it was coming, like I felt it, and I was like, "Oh, you could still save it. You could, jog your way out of it." And nope.
Yesterday was one of those days for you, which turned into one of those days for me because I got sucked in. That's how this shit works usually.
And I do
started with the computer crashing.
I do have a confession.
You go buy a new computer without my consultation, which is always a mistake.
You wouldn't help me.
I couldn't help you right then.
Well, that's how I like to be helped.
Well, I'm aware, which is how my whole day got
I'm trying to confess.
What are you confessing?
How I got the computer virus. I know.
Strap in, boys and girls.
Exactly where it was. I was going to a website that I go to quite often, and it looked different. And it had me check a box that said, "I am not a robot." And as soon as I checked it, I went, "Do a sound effect. Do you have that? Wah, wah, wah."
No.
I checked the box. And I was like, "Oh no." And the next thing you know, it was alert, alert, alert. You've been compromised.
Oh, it was awful. That computer. Now, what did you learn out of that situation?
I learned I should make sure I'm on the website I thought I was on before I clicked the box.
What else did you learn?
I don't think I learned anything else.
That's your problem right there.
What should I have learned?
Well, now go back in your vault and tell me when the first time Chad told you to go to the store and buy a new computer was, because you...
Yeah, but that had nothing to do.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, so I made the computer that was at a shattered screen last for 2 years longer than it should have.
Yeah, but if you would have listened to me, you would have never had that issue.
Yes, I would have. I would have still went to the wrong website and clicked the box. I'm not a robot. It had nothing to do with the condition of my computer. You are wrong.
I am not.
All right.
You should listen to me more often.
Okay, that's my goal. I'm going to write that one down.
Do it.
I will. My affirmation today, which is
what? Every time.
Because I want to make sure I say it correctly.
She wants to make sure you know she was prepared.
Yes. Unlike other people in the room.
Yeah, Aaron. What the hell? Erin's officially our producer. In case you don't know that, I'm going to refer to her. And at some point, we're going to put her on the microphone in the background. She doesn't know that yet, but she's going to.
All right. So back to my affirmation, which is going to tie in later to what happened this week.
Don't spoil. Spoiler alert.
Wah, wah, wah. This is a great affirmation for real estate agents. I have the courage to speak the truth and the heart to serve it with kindness.
This is a good one.
Yeah. A lot of times real estate agents have a hard time telling clients the truth about maybe their house or an offer or something along the way with the deal. But there's a way to do that it's not insulting or mean. It can be kind.
I totally agree with the last half of what you're saying. You need to be kind all the time, no matter what you say, what you do, be kind. That's one of the reasons I love Ellen DeGeneres, because she had the Be Kind shirts. I have a problem with the first half of it, though.
I have the courage to speak the truth.
Yeah.
I think you have a problem with the second half, if we're being honest.
Well, it's not that. It's because I believe I do try to be kind. Like, that's something that I do believe sometimes doesn't always work out. But the word truth in there bothers me. I think the truth is a subjective thing.
It is. But it's your truth. I have the courage to speak my truth, but serve it with kindness. I agree with you that there is no.
Yeah. I like that better now that you
Absolute
added the word
truth.
my truth in there. Like, that makes me, yeah.
You know, my opinion, my
Just the
advice, my
affirmation, yeah.
observations. It's all those words.
Right.
But you don't have to be mean.
Totally agree.
So.
I like that one.
All right. Well, I'm so happy you liked it.
I know.
What could possibly go wrong? Now, do you want to know what happened this week that I decided that would be the affirmation?
Oh, sure. What happened this week that made you choose the affirmation?
Well, I've noticed that we seem to have a discrepancy in pricing of houses. And
Be more specific.
Oh, I'm gonna get there.
Okay.
So when you go,
I think this is going to tie into my news articles.
ooh, that'll
too.
be so cool. We
I
did not
know.
plan that. We never
Nope.
talked before this podcast, which is probably apparent. Make a note of that. We should probably talk before the podcast. The courage to speak the truth. When you're a real estate agent and you're going on a listing appointment and your job is to assist the seller in pricing their house so that they can sell it quickly and at the highest price possible. My truth is there's two ways you can price your house, and they're probably the opposite ends of the spectrum. So you can price your house. We can walk through your house and we can say, I'm going to tell you everything that you could do to get the most money for your house and sell it quickly.
Mhm.
And I call that the move-in ready house. So I'm going to probably suggest that you do some things that you might consider extra, but I'm going to suggest that you have fresh paint. I'm going to suggest that everything that speaks to your family living here is gone so that your house looks like a display house. Maybe you update some light fixtures, maybe some hardware. Got to make sure you don't have an old roof or, old systems.
Right.
But do something because the modern buyer today wants a move-in ready house.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was different in the past, but so that's one end of the spectrum. So you price your house, when you take a look at the comparable houses that have sold recently,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to look at those and then we're going to say, you do all of these things, you're going to be on the high end of that. Then we can also sell your house exactly as it sits today, as it is. I know. As it is. I'm not going to call it as is because we've already done that. We've already covered that.
As it sits. Let's do that.
As it sits right now, you
Without
don't
lifting
have
a
to
finger.
do anything.
Right.
However, that's a different price. And the problem that we have is maybe we're not honest because maybe we don't know how to tell that truth with kindness,
Mm-hmm.
but to say we can price your house accordingly, but we take a look at these comparable houses, but you're on that. Maybe you don't have the upgrades. Maybe you have an old roof. Maybe you have a kitchen from the 70s and you still have pink tile in the bathroom and all those things. That's a different price. Where we're getting ourselves in trouble as an industry is we're letting sellers mix those two together. Or they decide, my hope is not a method. Hope is also not a method in pricing a house. Hope is not a method of birth control.
No.
And hope is not a method. You cannot price your house on what you need to get to pay off your bills and do the next thing and hope you get it. Like, we have to be more strategic and we have to be honest with our sellers of what the current market is going to get them, because what we see happening now is houses are sitting.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a dangerous game. That was why I came up with my affirmation.
It's so exciting. So clearly we have a house that is priced too high.
We have a lot. I mean, just out there in general, even when showing them.
Yeah.
And so, if you're going to get the most amount of money, you're going to get it in those first couple of weeks.
Oh, for sure.
And if your house sits for a long time, now you have to go back, and now it's very hard to tell your client the things that maybe you should have been a little bit more persistent at in the beginning. So,
Yeah. It does become harder after the fact, but you still can do it
of course,
with kindness.
always
I
with
think that
kindness.
people are scared of
Well,
being honest or open or direct
right.
almost with, because they don't want to hurt people's feelings, which is, I get, like, be
Well,
kind. But there is a way to be direct and honest and kind at the
sure.
same time.
And even to the point afterwards, even if you've been on the market now a couple months, you can still go back and say, "Well, we tried.
Right.
That
And
didn't work."
hope is important. Like, while it's not a method, it is important. So, like, I just think that hope's not a method. And you said that, and it's the truth. But it also is important, because if you don't believe something's going to be possible, there's no hope, then it's not going to happen.
No.
But you have to be realistic.
No, and even after you've been on the market for 2-3 months, you can still go back and have a very kind conversation of, okay, now we're going to reevaluate. Now let me tell you this opposite ends of the spectrum. We can stay where we are, and we can hope
Right.
that eventually a buyer that wants this house at this price will come,
Keep
or
doing the same thing.
or then we can do, again, the whole other end of the spectrum. And the seller can choose somewhere in between. It's always their choice.
That's a lot easier to have that conversation if you had the first one, though, too.
Absolutely.
And that's where I think setting that expectation is important for sure as a listing agent.
Agreed.
It's a good one. What is going on in real estate? So you ready for the headlines for this week?
Sure.
Market-related headlines. Mortgage rates continue their relentless climb, approaching 8%, driven, according to the market analysts, by hotter-than-expected inflation data. And the bond markets push borrowing costs to new heights. So still going up. Hasn't changed. Still not above 7, though. Or not above 8, I mean. But we're getting there. So maybe next week. We'll see.
Think people are regretting that they didn't jump
Probably.
in when it was
I would be.
yeah,
And we say that all the time. You don't have a crystal ball. You never know.
that's right.
So,
This could be the lowest
it's true.
as you're waiting for it to go lower.
Yeah, and every reason to believe that it will be for a minute, too, when you really dive deep into that, just so you know. But, whenever you want to continue to wait and hope.
That's right. Hope is not a method, people.
Existing home sales fell to a 13-year low. According to the National Association of Realtors, the sales pace has fallen to its lowest level since 2010. Obviously, consequence of dual pressure, sky-high mortgage rates, and then these headlines crack me at sky-high mortgage rates. Anyways, high mortgage rates, and then a chronic lack of housing inventory. This one's new. We haven't talked about this one. It's not good, but home builder confidence hits a year low as buyer traffic evaporates. So the National Association of Home Builders has a confidence index that they release, the measure they use for the health of the single-family housing market. It fell sharply this week. Probably mortgage rates as a primary reason for the decline. So home builders now are first seeing their drop, just like the realtors have for the year. And number 4 is foreclosure filings are upticking. Still well below historical averages, so not like any kind of impending. We learned what that word meant yesterday. Impending
I do
crisis.
believe I was correct, right?
Oh my God. Yeah, you were. But I never said you weren't. So those are the market-related headlines.
What was that last one? I had something to say and I forgot.
Foreclosures, filings, uptick, still well below historic averages, so no sign of impending disaster. But I think the job market is struggling a little bit right now, so that's probably why that's happening. Industry-related headlines, that's it. You got anything to say about the market? Sum them babies up?
Not really.
Yeah, I think we said it. If you're waiting for the market to get better to buy a house, you want to buy a house, buy a damn house. If you can. As far as industry goes, Q3 earnings are coming out for the publicly traded brokerages, and struggling is the name of the game. Initial reports from anywhere, Douglas Allen, definitely reflect the market data. Transaction volumes down, revenues down. Common theme in investor calls has been sharpened focus on reducing operational costs, streamlining technology, and supporting agent productivity through the extended market downturn. So,
Do you have any good news to share with us today?
I'm not sure I do, actually.
It's always a good time to buy a house.
I know it is. It's not, I mean, this is just what's going on. These are the challenges that might come up. Doesn't mean you can't do it, but I guess this is a good one. The prop tech firm BTS announces, again, prop tech stands for property technology combination. So that's like a segment of the market, but expansion into the residential market. So BTS is the company. They're a dominant player in commercial real estate, and they made headlines by announcing a significant expansion of its technology platform into residential rental market. So VTS is trying to compete with more established, like small multifamily management platforms. So it has the technology infrastructure to manage large multifamilies, and so they're getting into that space. Their plans are to offer a comprehensive leasing and asset management platform for multifamily property owners and operators. So I think that'll be, cool new tech coming out for multifamily investors. Number 3 is the DOJ weighs in on the commission lawsuits appeal. So this has already been settled, which is really weird. But the DOJ filed an amicus brief, which is basically the legal way of filing a public opinion about a decision. That's the best way I can explain it. And they didn't take sides on the specific verdict of the appeal, but it just kind of underscores their attention to still paying attention to the way that we do commissions and the rules surrounding it and everything like that. So I guess the commission argument is not over. That's the moral of that story. Although I think it's working a lot better now than it was before.
Agreed.
I think there's still probably some things we could do to make it better, but And then number 4, it is better for sure. I guess there's always things you can do to make things better. Zillow's stock price faces pressure amid market slowdown. So Wall Street has been watching Zillow's stock tank this week. Investors are specifically worried because it is such a difficult time to be a realtor that, and the lion's share of Zillow's revenue comes from agents, marketing,
right,
advertising revenue. So Zillow's been trying to change that for years and just has never been able to get over it. So,
right.
But they're worried about them having less revenue because there's less agents selling less houses, which means they're going to have less money to give to Zillow. Poor Zillow.
I'm not feeling bad about that.
No, I'm not really either, but I'm not a Zillow agent either. I'm sure that Zillow agents out there in the world, which there are a lot of, are panicked. Utterly panicked.
I doubt that. It's just a pivot.
Well, that's the state of the union for the week.
All right.
Depressing.
Yeah. Next week, I'd like you to come up with some positive news stories.
I'm sorry. I own a real estate brokerage. I am not a journalist.
You can research and find them.
I do not come up. No, I have Google research the most popular headlines for the week. That's what it gives me. Whether they're positive or negative.
That's the news in general. It's always negative.
Well,
Let's just throw a little positive out there.
That's not true.
Really?
Sometimes it's positive. When something good happens, that makes it into the news. Maybe you should go make something good happen, and then we could have a positive news story. Go fix the market.
Okay.
I can't change it. I mean, it is what it is.
You could find something positive. I'm challenging you. I'm throwing out a challenge.
Going to stick with the top Googled ones because I think we want to react to those. That's the whole point. I think you can tell me something positive you can do despite the headlines. I could come up with that.
Okay. Go ahead.
Buy a house. Doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the market's the market. Some days it's good, some days it's bad. Over the long haul, that's from week to week, that's the part I think maybe that you're discounting or why you get so frustrated about it is if from week to week, it's probably not going to change much. the narrative, but over the long haul, it does go up. Always does. Always has. Always will. It's the way the system's designed. So it'll get better. Someday it'll get better. What the floop?
What the floop?
Okay, so this is in Real Estate Mastermind Facebook group. It's posted anonymously, so I don't know who wrote it, but not that that matters. How do you handle this from a seller? One of 3 siblings who need to sign an extension to accommodate an extension needed to close next week. So I think that's supposed to say sign an amendment to accommodate an extension needed to close next week. The other 2 siblings signed it. This is her response. No, not today, exclamation point. I have my granddaughter all day and evening tonight. Tomorrow we are going on vacation and in the mountains. The cellular is iffy, so I'll get back to you when I get back to you. Listen, I'm not going to respond again. I don't know if you have children, but if you have ever been around a 3-year-old, you don't have time to read contracts or whatever it is you sent me. So leave me alone and I will get back to you after vacation, which is next Wednesday. I explained exactly what the document was and what it was for. It's literally 1 sentence on an amendment. And I told her yesterday it would come today to sign.
Tell me one more time. What was the amendment fixing?
It doesn't say specifically.
Oh.
It just says it's needed to close next week.
Well, I'm not shocked by this. But I guess for me, it would depend on what the amendment is. Could it wait till next Wednesday to sign it? Some can.
I don't think it can because they're closing next week. They're supposed to be closing. But my brain goes to, if she can't even sign the amendment before closing, then because she's out of town, like, but she not going to close?
Yeah. I'd probably just throw that back to the other 2 siblings. What do you want to do?
Well, yeah. But also, why did you not know she was on vacation and schedule yourself a little buffer? Isn't that a conversation we have?
Yeah. I mean, people also plan vacations out of the blue, or, I mean, that does happen. I'm shocked at how many people will say to me, when do we close? What's my closing date? Do I need to take off work? Do I need to be there? I mean, people don't get that.
No, but we ask. We usually know if our client's going to be out of town for a week in the middle of a transaction. Like,
yeah,
that's something we usually know.
No, it is.
I don't think
it is
that's
tricky.
ever been...
It is tricky though when you have 3 siblings signing.
Sure, so it is.
Maybe the sibling that's not the point person, also an issue. But
yeah, I don't know. We've never had a
no.
We've also never had a client not engaged. So I don't know. Maybe we're just lucky, but I'm inclined to blame the realtor. I don't know why.
I don't know
why
either.
I'm inclined to blame the realtor from that story.
Yeah.
I feel like there has to be something that she could have done to prevent that. I don't know. What the floop? See you next week.
Bye.
All right, that's a wrap on another week of chaos, closings, and questionable decisions.
If this episode made you laugh, think, or text your real estate bestie like, girl, this is us, do us a favor.
Hit that subscribe button, leave a quick review, follow us on socials, or send us your own unhinged real estate stories. Seriously, we want to share them.
And hey, don't just survive this week. Get out there and build your business.
You've got everything it takes.
We'll be back next week with more chaos and more clarity.
Until then,
keep waking up to win.